Hey guys, welcome back to Flat Creek Outdoors. I'm Phil, and today I'm going to share with you a little bit about my firewood business and the one big thing, the one big change I made for this year that has made me more money than anything I've ever tried in the past. Stay tuned. So as I get into this, I first have to give a shout out and a thank you to Brad from Nelson Ridge Farm. You can check out his channel. I'll leave a link in this video's description. But he's actually the one who gave me this idea last year. And last year I commented on some of his videos and I basically was saying, people really buy that? Or I also kind of said, you know, you don't really need to do that, right? Like, he was bundling up 13 bundles for each sale and selling them off as a baker's dozen. And I was thinking, who in the world buys that many bundles? And if you're buying that much wood, that many bundles, why wouldn't you just get it bulk? I just couldn't get my head around it because I wasn't that kind of shopper. Well, this year I decided, what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and offer it up. So this year I actually offered up several bundle options where in the past I only sold bundles in packs of 3. And I figured if anyone wanted more than 3 bundles, they would just buy bulk wood and get a lower price. But that seems to be not the case. This year I offered 3 packs, 5 packs, and 12 packs, and you'd be surprised, but 12 packs sold more than anything else. So I wanted to share with you my homemade bundle setup here. I just made this, last year, out of some scrap plywood. This was 3/4 inch plywood. I put 2 sections together. That was all glued and screwed, so that made my uprights. I had some scrap pine that I made for the horizontals. Some of the bracing down there is more plywood. But anyway, this just kind of all went together with some scrap wood I had laying around. I wasn't going to use it for anything else. And because this is like interior plywood, I don't leave this outside, where if this was made out of 2x4s or something, I could just leave it out whenever. The wrap that I'm using right now, this is actually new for me, but this is something I ordered off of Amazon, and I'll leave a link in the video's description. And of course, if you buy anything through the links in the description, that supports the channel, and I appreciate that. But this wrap has these nice handles on it. The handles actually might be a little bit long, and you'll see when I demonstrate here, I have to kind of turn the wrap sideways a little bit to kind of get it through and around. But pretty straightforward, pretty simple little bundle assembly jig here. And I've seen others on the internet just like this. Maybe they're made out of 2x4s, maybe they're made out of other wood, but generally the same shape. I have this measured here to be 1 cubic foot with my 16-inch average long pieces here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple bundles for you to show you how it works, and we'll talk a little bit more about bundle sales and how I'm tracking my sales numbers. I do try to do a mix of woods in the bundles that I sell. So in the wheelbarrow here, I actually have a mix of each of the types of woods that I cut. So I've got some maple, I've got some oak, I've got some poplar, and kind of all of it goes in here. And it's just a matter of figuring out how it goes together the cleanest here and the tightest, and gets us a nice full bundle. Now it's going to be a little too big. We'll put a couple small pieces on top, and that should do it. All right, maybe one more. No. Try to get a bigger one. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, that'll work. So you see here, these handles, I could cut them down, but they get in the way. But I just turn it sideways a little bit, bring it on through, and now I can start pulling it tight. Now this jig I have is pretty lightweight, so I've actually got my foot on the bottom, because otherwise I could easily pull it over. And usually just 4 or 5 wraps will be just fine. That's one. Smaller pieces for right there. Something like that. Yeah, that'll be fine. And that's bundle number 12. So like I said at the beginning, the bundle business has kind of transformed the way I do firewood, how I sell firewood, and that kind of thing. And it's made me aware of a couple things. One is how we cut firewood. If you're doing bundles, you want really consistent length. I have some in here that are, 18, 19 inches, and they're sticking out of the bundles, but I'm very limited on my dry wood right now. So I'm trying to make the most of it. And doing and selling bundles is how we can make the most of it. But for all of the crooked pieces, the ones with the twisted grain, the ones with big knots in it and all that, they just don't fit into bundles well. So there's always going to be some bulk wood that gets delivered, and it's going to have a lot of those odd shaped pieces in it, and all of the most consistent pieces are going to go to the bundle wood. And I did just enough bundles this year where I'm starting to think about maybe actually getting a bundle machine and not manually wrapping each one. There would be a time savings, and as my business grows, I'm getting to the point now where I need to start thinking about increased efficiencies so that I can scale the business more without additional labor. Of course, you can always scale with additional labor if you can find it, but if I can do more myself without hiring someone or without having to rely on anyone else, I think that's better for me in the long run, and it's just one less thing to deal with. So looking at a bundle machine might be something for 2023, but for now, I can do this. It takes me about 2 minutes a bundle. It took me about 35 minutes to do this 12, and that's because I had to bring wood over here in the wheelbarrow. There's some extra time. But we got like over an inch of rain yesterday, and up the hill there where the wood pile is really muddy. I'm not trying to take my truck over there, so I'm bringing wood down here where it's level, where it's in the sun, where it's dry, and that added a little bit of time to it today. So let's take this out for delivery, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the rates that I charge, how I charge delivery fees, how my customers order from me, and then kind of my process for delivering the wood here. So we're heading out now in this delivery, and I told you I was going to talk a little bit about the bundle sales and how I do it. And I've mentioned some of this on previous videos, but maybe you're new to the channel and you haven't heard some of this before. So I sell all of my firewood through my website, and now I've actually got 2 websites, and I'll explain why in a minute. But basically everyone just orders online, so I don't take any cash orders. Everything's ordered ahead of time. The customer does it themselves online. I don't have to take any phone calls that way. I don't have to coordinate with the customer on delivery that way. And I've had more than one customer tell me before that they really like that. They don't want to have to try to sync up and coordinate with somebody on the delivery, which is how most firewood sellers still operate. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You do your business, you get your customers who don't care. But the bulk of my customers, who are largely suburban households, usually, both, husband, wife in the household work. They're not home during the day, or if they're home working, they're not available during the day. So it's just, easier for everyone, and easier for me, frankly. I don't want to have to try to sync up with somebody. So that's why I do everything on the website. It's kind of easier for everybody. But the other big advantage to me operating my business and trying to grow the business year over year is that I can easily go and pull reports from my website, and I can see what products sold in the previous year. I can see any trends in the sales as far as like timing, which weeks of the year, which months of the year. And obviously we know when the weather gets colder, firewood sells more. So that part of it, the timing aspect, is not as big of a deal. But I can go back and I can analyze which products sold, and that's really what I wanted to hit on with you guys while I'm driving to this delivery, because I went back and I looked last year, and the bulk of my sales last year were from my smallest bulk firewood order, which was my small stack, I called it, which is a single row of stacked firewood across the back of my truck. And that was my number one seller last year. This year so far, my number one seller has been the $99 12-pack of bundles. So, like I said, it's about the same amount of wood. It's slightly more wood because my small stack of wood is about 10 cubic feet. 12 bundles is about 12 cubic feet. The small stack is $57. The bundles are $99. So it's a much better value for a customer to get the loose wood. But I've had so many customers get the 12-pack of bundles, and I guess it's just the convenience. Like I said in the beginning, I would have never thought that would have been the most popular one. I wouldn't order firewood that way. It's not the most economical. I'm always looking for the most economical anything. And anyway, it's kind of caught me by surprise. But I'll take it. The money is good. The other thing about these firewood orders is I only do delivery within a few miles of my house. And my house, though, is about a 40-minute drive from the farm. So usually I try to time my deliveries around when I'm going to be working at the farm anyway, which is what I did today. And I went to the farm, got the firewood, did the other things that I needed to do, and then on my way home I can deliver this firewood. My website is run through Square. Square is the point of sale system that lets you accept credit cards, and when you sign up for Square, you can get a free reader for your cell phone, and you can accept credit cards that way through your phone. But you also get a free Square online checkout. So any of your products that you have available through your Square system, you can make available online, and that's how I do my online ordering. Square also has built-in online delivery, or online ordering and delivery, so you can set your delivery parameters through the website, and I have it set so that it charges $2 per mile, and the way it calculates it is a straight line mile, so the actual over-the-road mileage is more, but the customer gets charged $2 per straight line mile from my home, not from the farm. So this delivery that I'm doing today came out to 5 miles straight line from the house, so this customer got charged $10. So this is actually $110 for these 12 bundles, and that more than covers my fuel cost for going those extra couple miles. So I mentioned I've got two websites. One is our normal business, which many of you know. We have a Christmas tree farm, so Woods Tree Farm is the name of the business. That's also my other YouTube channel where I talk about starting starting the business and running the Christmas tree farm and all that. And so Woods Tree Farm, being the local business name, is the main website. But I started another website just for firewood, and it's called MidlothianFirewood.com. Midlothian's the town that we live in. The bulk of my firewood deliveries are in Midlothian. So if someone searches for firewood for sale in Midlothian or firewood near me when they're in Midlothian, that website's going to be the one that pops up, not the Woods Tree Farm website. And so far it's working pretty good for me. I wish I had a lot more firewood available for sale because I'm sure I'd be able to sell it, but I am just out of season wood, and I've tried to buy several cords of wood this year, and all of them haven't been great. So kind of just focusing my time and energy for now into firewood production so I can do as much as I can next year. Hey, if you're liking this video and you don't already subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can keep up with our future videos. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Appreciate that. I'm going to wrap up this delivery. Appreciate you guys following along. If you got any questions or comments about the firewood business, you know, leave those in the comments. Other people like to read those too. Until next time, I hope you have a good one. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.